Well guys, today's video is going to be just filled with bright ideas. Alright guys, so something that has just really exploded in popularity lately are these mini LED light panels. They mount directly to your camera via a cold shoe. They have 1/4-20 threads in them usually. One of the big purposes that people are using them and finding them very useful for now is to increase the value of their video conferencing solution. Usually if you're having a Zoom meeting or something to that effect, one way to really increase the quality of that is by making sure that you are lit up appropriately. Your laptop screen usually isn't enough to do that. It's not enough to get that lighting to where it needs to be. And so one way of doing that is supplementing the light. Of course, people can get very complex in how they're supplementing that light. So a very simple package is to use one of these kind of video conference solutions that is like a suction cup, and it just sticks to the back of your laptop screen, and that helps you to be seen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a few LED mini panels that I have here that are very value oriented. These panels can really be pretty expensive by the name brands, and so I started on this venture to find some that were more affordable, and just to get something out of the way so that we don't have to discuss the specs on every light, because I don't think that's going to be necessary. What I want to point out is that I took photographs of a color chart using nothing but these lights in a controlled environment, completely dark room, and the only light that I used was these lights. So with that in mind, I did not find any significant differences in the color histograms when I analyzed those photographs. So what that tells me is that, when you read these specs on these lights, and any light now should actually come with a CRI index. If it's LED, it should come with a CRI index rating. And what that means is color rendering index. And so that is a value that is posted on LED lights now that tell you how accurate is the reproduction of that light. And so with that definition, all of these lights that I'm going to be letting you know about all have a CRI index of 95 or above. And so that's important because anything over 90 is actually considered good. You're getting pretty accurate lighting there with that, with a rating that's over 90. And so for these lights to have at their value price to come with a rating of over 95, you have to ask, well, if it's that low budget, how can you trust that rating? Well, that's why I'm saying that, I tested that, taking some photographs. And so while I can't tell you exactly what its rendering index is and whether that's an accurate number, I can tell you that from light to light, I did not see any drastic variations in the histogram. So that tells me that the color temperatures were accurate within themselves, within this range. So with that, I'm going to make the assumption that the CRI index labeled on them is probably accurate. So I wish I could get more critical than that. I wish I had a better testing facility than how I went about that. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's talk about some of these lights. The first one is the LP Professional Video LED light. And this one, if you look at this light, these LED bulbs are very densely packed in here. There is 112 LED bulbs in this little light, okay? On the bottom of the light, you have your 1/4-20 thread, and you have your USB charging port, and on the side of the light, you have the power on switch, and that also adjusts which function you want to adjust, and then you have your up and down buttons for actual adjustments. So 3 buttons. And then you have your screen here. I'm going to get back to this because I want to make a observation with one of the other lights. So let's put this one aside for now. It's a nice little package. You can see how small this is. It is 112 LED. This light also is 112 LED. Now I happen to have the diffuser on there. I need to take that diffuser off. Hold on. This is also, comparing it to the last one, 112 LED, but it's larger, and so that means that the LED bulbs are less densely packed and it covers greater surface area. So as far as that goes, there's a few other distinctions with this light. That, you know, one is its appearance. It kind of has sharper edges. It's a little more futuristic looking with these bevels and things like that. As far as the control layout, I actually like this light better. Now, this is the Supon. Light. And if you look at the back of this particular one, it actually says Sconpho, S-C-O-N-P-H-O. So I'm guessing that's probably the actual manufacturer. At any rate, I'm sure if you looked up the model number, which is the L112T. So if you look up that model number, you'll probably find a bunch of brands, you know, by the same manufacturer. But in this case, the one that I bought was Supon, was the branded name of this one. But as far as this one goes, I do like the panel layout of this one better. It has a rocker switch to adjust your values, to change the temperature and, you know, values like that. Your charging port is also on the side. So if this is mounted to something, you're not going to fight with trying to get a charging port in the bottom of it. So I like the layout of this one better. As far as the ergonomics of this light, I think it's a little bit better. But it is larger package than the first one that we looked at. So that's the differences there. Now, if you look at this guy, this is the Deeplight. This is a 180 LED panel. The density of the bulbs within here are somewhere in between those two other lights, but they're pretty close together. This puts out quite a bit of power. Not a lot more power than the other lights. I got to point that out. What it does do is it gives you a heck of a lot more battery life packed into this package. But just the fact that the lights are dispersed, you know, over a larger area means that you're going to be able to use this in a little more different environments. So for different uses. Something that needs to be pointed out about this one is that the Deeplight, I don't know if I mentioned that, but the Deeplight brand is, I'm relatively sure, put out by the exact same manufacturer as the LP video light. Okay, these are the same manufacturer. There's too many similarities. The way it's assembled, the rounding of the case, you know, even the icons on the buttons, the control panel layout's the same way. It's, you know, the USB port's in the same spot. You can't see the writing on this one because of the silver background, but, you know, the icons are exactly the same. It's printed the same way. And when you fire these up, which I'll do now, if you watch the screen right here, okay, you will see there's this very distinctive welcome that comes up there. See that? And it pops the light on. Now that's only 45%. You know, you can see the drastic change that makes, and that wall is a good 3-4 feet, well, more than 4 feet, 5 feet back there. So that's only 45% power right there. Right now, I just changed the temperature. Turn that back up to 55. So there's that guy. Let me turn that off. So you saw that welcome firmware startup. This one does the exact same thing. So I will hold that there, and you can see the exact same firmware and startup process. So those lights are the same manufacturer, just different brands and different options that they're offering as far as the power output goes. So again, 45% is what this is on. You can see. So not a drastic difference. I mean, you know, for this light, for, you know, for the compact size, this thing packs a punch. Turn that off. So that's what I wanted to point out. You know, I think if I had to go and give my my overall award for the best value package here, I think it would go to the first one, the LP. The reason why is for the price at $26, $27 for this guy. Not just the price, but it also comes with additional filters. There are diffusers, the teal and orange diffusers it comes with. And those just snap on the front very easily. Whoops, my bad. They just snap on the front, just like that. So very convenient, very easy. It comes with 3 of them. It does come with the clear frosted diffuser as well. So if the light's too harsh, you can tone it down with that. But I think that's why this is going to get my value award of these lights. If you need more power, this one also, again, I'm relatively sure it's the same manufacturer because it comes with the same kind of diffusers. I just don't have them laid out in front of me. I do have the clear. I do have the frosted one for this one. So. And they're made the same way. It has to be the same manufacturer. It has to be. But for the price of this one, if you need a little bit more power, larger light, you know, it's a good option. Also, for the extra price, it does have a charging port on here too. So if you wanted to use this as not just an internal inward charger to charge the light, but it also has outward charging to charge your cell phone. So that's what the 2 USB ports are for there. This one has that. So for the extra money, you're getting that extra feature. So anyway, that's the difference between those. Other than that, like I said, I don't feel bad recommending any one of these lights. I think they're all fairly good options. I've not had any problems with them. They've been reliable. You know, if there's any questions I can answer, let me know. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe. You know, I'm going to have more of these kind of videos coming out, but I hope you found this helpful. I hope that you see how value-oriented these lights can be and how useful they are. Like I said, if for nothing else, just to have these lights in your camera bag so that you have something that you can put in corners of rooms and under plants and things for accent lights, or just something to add an extra little catch light onto something. Very, very useful. I mean, you know, between the bicolor and the different colored diffusers for it, you know, I'm stoked. For 27 bucks for these things, that's pretty impressive. Like I said, I've had these a while. I've been meaning to get this video out for a while. They've been very reliable for me. They've worked well. And anyway, with that in mind, I'll talk to you later.